Hi guys, I hope you are good. My name is Mbuyiselo Vilagazi. You can call me His Royal Tennis, your reliable source of the latest pop culture news, but we also do recaps and reviews of your favorite reality shows. And I'm not alone today. I'm with the resident reviewer, Pam, representing Reality TV Africa, all the way from Kenya, in specifically in Nairobi. Welcome, Pam. How have you been?
I've been good. Thank you. Thank you for that welcome. I've been great. It's been a long day. Back-to-back reviews with you. Mommy Club yesterday, today, Durban. But I love kicking with you and, just getting down to the nitty-gritty. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
And we're not going to rest because after Durban, there's going to be more shows coming. And I've been talking with some producers. Some shows are still coming.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We're not going to rest. Guys, please follow Reality TV Africa and follow His Royaltiness. We give you guys exclusive entertainment news, especially around TV. And we get verified stuff. We don't just give you anything, we get verified stuff. So
Absolutely.
without I hope the noise on my side is not disturbing your hair. There's a bit of noise on my background.
I hope, no, I can't hear anything, but me,
Oh,
I'm good. I hope there's no noise.
no. We good. We're good to go. Let us rock and roll and
Cool.
talk about the Real Housewives of Durban. We're on episode 7 right now, believe it or not.
Imagine that is like we're already almost halfway or something. It's like gone by so fast.
Yes, I'm so shocked because in fact we've got maybe 3 episodes left because I don't count the last two because they're gonna be out of the country and it'll be a finale. But right now, guys, I don't believe that we towards the end, honestly. It's really amazing. But how can you rate this episode? I know you're a queen of rating, so how can
Yes.
you rate this episode and why?
Woo, I'm gonna give it a 9. A 9. The one
Why?
mark that I'm gonna remove is because they had producers are scamming us with this off-screen drama that we now have to work hard to join the pieces. I don't like that. It happened a lot on Nairobi in their first season. Please don't make us fill in the gaps. We need to know right now. I'm a bit lost, but other than that, the drama was dramaing.
Yes. That's you're right. We're gonna speak about those gaps, and we like, if it's a girls' trip, what are you guys doing there if you're not working? And why are you missing things that are happening on breakfast? Because you know that when people wake up, that's when they are probably. So we normally say to people, "You woke up on the wrong side of the bed." Why are you not capturing when people are waking up in the wrong side of the bed? Why
Exactly.
production? Why production? We know you're watching this. Why are you doing this dating? We are paying Showbank a lot of money.
Hello, we the fans being me, we want to see
No,
everything. Cameras gotta be up and rolling at the crack of dawn. Hello.
Aibo, guys, I don't believe this. But for me, you know what? I will give it a 7. I don't like clownery. There was some clownery that I sensed on this episode. And for production, I'm minusing because of production. Production is doing a lot of mistakes. But we're gonna get to those mistakes. We'll understand. I don't like clownery. For me, I saw a lot of clownery in this episode. I was like, what is this, honey? What is this? In the famous words of
Mhm.
Nini Leaks. But
Mhm.
let us begin with the first scene. They were basically finishing, Angel's event, and
Mhm.
we saw Jojo, going out, and we saw also, Londi Mazwide and Emmy, squashing the beef. But what's your overall just over the what do you think of that whole situation?
So, I remember last episode that Angel was like she wanted Londi to address things with Amy, and at least we got to see that, and we got to see them kind of smooth things over because Londi is not a main character, and Londi is not gonna give her the confrontation that she wants, so it's not gonna have legs, so to speak, that storyline. But it was kind of interesting to see Jojo get up and leave. And I don't know, I just felt like she was being melodramatic, to be honest. Fine, yes, Mabusi said something hurtful, but Jojo has been in worse situations. Fine, okay, there's a racial part of it that obviously didn't sit well with any of the ladies except Sorisha. But I feel like it didn't need for her to walk off. I don't know. I just didn't feel like
Mm.
that. I think she
I
just
hear
wanted.
you. But you said something very profound that Jojo has been in more tough situations. This was just nothing compared to what we've seen her go through. And I like also you speak about Londi. Mazwite is actually she seems like a very nice person. Like
Yeah.
you know what, you cannot fight with someone like that because she just said, you know what, I'm sorry
Right.
that you felt that way, and then it was over.
Done. She didn't
It
even
was
have
over.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Londi, Maswite, okay, we see you, girl. I didn't know. I always thought she was a very dramatic and fierce person, but it's like she seems like someone who's very protective of her brand, and she is a big businesswoman in Durban. So I think she's one of those people who are very careful of how she portrays herself, even on television, because I'm telling you, she's very big in Durban. Yeah, that's all I have to say
And,
about that
and
scene.
interestingly enough, Amy came into my DMs and said, "You guys misquoted everything," and I'm like, "Our last review and how we misquoted the whole situation, remember?" But
With
anyway,
Londi London.
yeah, we were like, she said we were wrong about all that.
Oh yes, yes, she did also
Yeah,
tell me that. She also did tell me that. But I understand. I told her that look, Amy, we don't know the whole situation. We thought you were talking about Londi. She said, no, I wasn't talking about Londi. But I
yeah,
had a beautiful conversation with her. I love someone who's like, hey, it's not like that. It's actually
yeah,
like this. So
that,
I love it when someone provides clarity, and kudos to
yes.
her. She also had a conversation with me, but not in a bad way. She was happy. She was just like, you know
Oh,
what, I just wanted to clarify that.
she was so lovely. She just came and told me, "Yo, you guys really didn't say the right thing." So I'm like, "Oh, what's the right thing? Fill me in." And she told me everything, and she said that the scammer, alleged scammer, is the one that was dating Londi London and not her
Mm.
ex-husband. And the court case was with, I guess, a whole other person, not Londi
Yes,
London.
another person. Yes, 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 definitely. And me and her had a very lengthy conversation. She knows that if she's watching this, of course, I will respect what she said. People trust me with a lot of things, but yeah, I wish her nothing but the best. Let us proceed from that. One day, if she's comfortable, I wish to have her as a guest, and she will tell us everything because she's a very open person. Now, let us
Yes.
talk about Maria. Maria is telling Slee that, you know what, I'm planning a girls' trip. And
Mm-hmm.
eventually, again, they're going to Drakensberg. Hence, me, I'm minusing a point. Last year, they went to Drakensberg. And again, they're going to the same place. For me, I was just taken aback by that. What are your thoughts around that?
I mean, maybe the fact that they were having an upcoming out of the country trip. I guess wherever that place is not so far from Durban. It was convenient. I don't know. I don't know the distance and all that, how long the drive is. But I liked the fact that they could kind of get together and go on a trip. But it started off on such a bad foot. And this particular scenes and Maria's confessionals just proved to me that my hunch was right. She's not feeling Sorisha. And in this
She's not even right.
in this episode is when she came out with it with all the shade, like she was really shading Sorisha. I don't know. The ladies got off to a bad start. What's her name? Slee came in hot. I don't know. She just was very sensitive about so much. Like 1 minute they're
But
joking.
But let me tell you, I understand why she was sensitive, right? Slee walks in, and I love how Nunku welcomed them both, her and Angel. That was so sweet. And
Yeah.
then, when you sit on someone's lap, and then Nunku says, "Oh, you remember what you were talking about?" That seemed very, like it did. It. I would have asked myself, "What were you guys talking about?" You
Yeah.
know, and also those words that they were using there that Nonku is teaching Jojo are very vulgar. I don't use them at all and I would not even dare use those words. They're uncouth. So I think she was like, what was discussed about me, I understand why she was a bit sensitive, because,
Oh,
but yeah, that's why I think she was sensitive. Those words are vulgar. I'm talking especially as a Zulu person. I was like, why?
no. So
Yeah.
what do you understand about that? Did you okay? Let me just try and understand what you mean. It seemed like when Slee came and sat on Jojo playfully or whatever, and then Nonku points to Jojo and says, "Remember what we were saying in the car." Also, it felt like they were talking about Slee, but how did they connect that those vulgar words were what they were talking about Slee? That's what I
Now,
did.
again, because that's what I'm saying. I think it was a bit awkward for when you're walking into a room and something like that happens.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, you remember what I told you about? I don't think I don't know. I don't think Nonku and Jojo were malicious, but I do feel like I understand where Slee was coming from when she was sensitive. But at the same time, I did maybe Slee's energy was a bit down even when she walked in. Maybe it's
Yeah,
because Sorisha wasn't there, but you can tell the moment she walked in that her energy was not okay.
yeah.
So but that made things very worse. And did you I noticed that I watched your reviews a bit on Instagram. You were
Mm-hmm.
shocked a bit that Slee kept on burping, right?
Yeah,
I think you noticed that.
yeah, that was like, ooh, like so unladylike and so yuck. Like, what is that? But they took us back to season one when she said, I'll be doing it. So
Yes.
I
Now I
maybe
wanted to also use this to also tell you why someone would burp like that. That
uh,
burp is not a normal burp. It's not like someone who is just like who lacks etiquette. That burp is normally done by someone who has an ancestral calling. It Yes. So if they find themselves in
what?
an Yes, so that burp is normal, but to people who have ancestral calling. So when they burp like that, it's either they feel they are normally in an uncomfortable situation, or maybe they are connecting with their ancestors. So I was surprised to see others laughing. I understand with Jojo because she does not understand that much. But
Yeah.
Maria was there last year when the conversation of burping was had. So I expected her to tread carefully around that, because such a burp, I'm telling you, is done by people who have a calling. There's normally a message when or something. There's a situation that makes them burp. That burp was not a normal burp.
Never. I mean, in fact, even when they took us to the flashback, even her explanation did not come off the way you've explained it. And I guess this is
Yeah.
going to up a lot of confusion for people who are not South African and don't
Yes.
know cultural context. Because I was like, oh, she actually said that last season. I was whatever. For me, I'm like, burping is so gross, like that loudly. But oh,
Mm.
okay. I didn't know there's a whole meaning to it. Okay,
No,
interesting.
that one is different. There is someone who's just like lacking etiquette, but that one is very different. And normally, if you are in the room, normally this atmosphere also changes if someone does that. We all like. And when I grew up, when someone would burp like that, people would say maybe Togoza or whatever, just to acknowledge that someone's ancestor. That used to happen. As much as I am a Christian, a full blown, blood again Christian, but I grew up in that household whereby those things used to happen. And so I'm very much cognizant of such things when they happen. So I'm never shocked and I will never laugh at when something like that happens.
Wow, no idea. I was today years old when I found that out. Thank you for clearing that up. Yeah, thanks. Wow.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome, my sis. Now, and
Yeah,
let us get into now, tomorrow, wait, basically the following day. Oh, no, 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 the bonfire, the
yeah,
ladies at the bonfire. And
yeah.
apparently Slee bent, is it sage or basically sage. And I saw on her Instagram, it looks like, that sage you buy from the shops. So,
Mm-hmm.
again, this thing needs cultural understanding, and I'm here for that. I'm sorry to be talking the most,
No,
but
go ahead.
yes, there is sage that is used by people who practice African spirituality. It's
Mm-hmm.
called impepo. It depends if it's different. So if someone would use it to summon their ancestors.
Okay.
So I think when the ladies smelled it, some of them thought, oh, it's that sage. Oh no, you know. And they felt some type of way. And whereas Lee probably did not use, of course, she used the one that you buy from the shops, which is normal. But I think it made people feel uncomfortable. They thought, oh, maybe she's doing something because that incense, you don't just burn it anyhow. You burn it to summon your ancestors. If Slee I found Slee's room burning, rather smelling that sage, I would have thought it's connected to her burping. Maybe after she was sitting with those ladies, she thought, let me go run fast and burn incense. Incense, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I understand the confusion, but what are your thoughts around it?
So for me, when I watched it, it sounded like there was a scuffle and issue about the rooms. And obviously, Slee wasn't going to fight for any rooms, but it seemed like there was a moment where they were still deciding who gets what room, and then her burning the incense in that particular room. So I think even someone mentioned it, I'm not sure who, said it seemed like you were just trying to get that room and keep it as yours. Also, the ladies are being melodramatic, especially Jojo's reenactment of how Nonku was coughing. Yes, it was comical, but I'm like, guys, it's never that serious. It didn't feel like that deep or that serious. And they were just, I think, pushing further the whole African spirituality thing he has. I don't know why they had a problem with it. Yeah, but also the other thing that I noted was Zama was really, really shading. Zama and Sorish and Maria this season were the confessional shade queens because
Oh, they are.
Calling Sorisha Michael Jackson. I'm like, girl, you did not just do that, Zama.
Oh my God. The
I was like,
shade.
wow,
The
really
shade.
shade of it all. Ooh. Like talking about, I think, bleaching or whatever it sounded like. And I'm like,
Yes. You know what? It's very complicated, this thing. And then but also for me, I don't like incense anyway, even if I used to have it in my house, especially if I'm gonna have guests. I just burn it for the smell. But now I no longer like it. I would feel some type of way because of allergies and all of that, you know. And then what do you think? Okay,
I have
now oh yes, you may ask.
I have a question. What did you feel like? I think Nonku lacks tact. This is
Mm,
what lacks tact. When they just arrived, I'll go back to the scene when the ladies just arrived and Zama
yes,
and who did she come in with? I think, who did she come in with again?
Marie. Okay, Zama and Maria. Yeah.
When they walked in, and of course Jojo and Nonku were there, and then they start questioning Zama, like, oh, I noticed the last time when we were together, it felt like you were being defensive. How do you ask someone that? It felt kind of like you were just trying to stir things up and rile her up and get a reaction out of her. But when Jojo spoke and talked about, I feel like I can relate to you and your situation and how defensive you are because maybe you're being reactive rather than, it may seem like you're being defensive, but you're reacting to how the ladies are treating you, and I can relate. Jojo this season has come in a bit different, more understanding. I think she's now settled in the
Very
group.
matured. Yes, extremely.
Yeah,
There's a lot. Yes.
exactly. But I feel like Nonku is a, and may I use this word? She's a shit starter, honestly, because
But thing is, I feel like that's very on brand though for Nonku. Nonku
it
is a hot mess. Think
is.
about it. She would have not made it these 4 seasons if she was an angel. She is who she is, and she's not gonna change anytime soon. Yes, she will be like, I'm a new person, and then 7 episodes later, the real Nonku comes in. I think that is Nonku being messy, and it works for TV though. Honestly, it may not work as a human being a nice person, but for TV, it works.
And for me, I feel like something like that happened during that breakfast scene, which set Angel off. And then, of course, Nonku throws jabs and hides her hands. Like, that's Nonku. But we'll get to that. Anyways, I needed to take us back there because it felt to me like Zama was like, she came in cautious, she came in ready for an attack, but at least this episode, the heat was off her.
Definitely, I'm happy that for once Zama was able to watch from the stands.
Mhm.
You know what? And then in the morning, let's talk about in the morning. We then see, okay, before even the morning, there's a comment. It was dark, and then there's a comment. It seems like a hot mic moment.
Yes.
You know, from Angel.
Eh,
What do you think about that comment when she said, we did not know that it was an analogy. She just said, imagine if you, I was like, what? Witchcraft? What?
exactly.
What do
And
you think of that?
Angel needs to own what she says. I think even the analogy in itself was messy. It was not said in a way to explain whatever was going on with Slee and the incense and whatever. It's just I no, I don't agree with that comment. I feel like Angel was wrong for it. She needs to own it. She needs to stop acting like, okay, Slee is my friend. Just own it. Just own it. Don't backpedal. Just own your truth. Because she did actually, I think I wrote it down. I'm just looking for it in my notes, but she did say, yeah, there's something about witchcraft. And it was just at the tail end of that scene, and I'm like, I caught it on my Instagram. It's on one of my reels.
You know what I feel about that in the morning when Angel went to talk to Slee about whatever that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I felt as if Angel was running away from taking responsibility of what she said the previous day. She thought, let me run fast to Slee before this thing comes out and prepare, you know, a safe landing for myself. But Lee it seems like a very discerning person because she'll be like, you know,
Yes. Don't protest too much. Why are you shouting and yelling and, you know?
yeah. Now, you know, I want us to also talk about Angel's version of what happened in the morning. She said Nonku said she's ugly. Child, tell me about that.
You see, now the fact of the matter is we don't have the proof, we don't have the receipts. We have a snippet of a video that Nonku took. Girl, play the extended version. Let us hear it. Let's hear the whole conversation, how it played out. I mean, I can hear those words coming out of Nonku's mouth, obviously, because now she's in her glow up era, and of course, she's like, this girl needs to get her. And I'm sorry, these are my thoughts, guys. She's probably thinking, girl, you need to get your body done because I look good. I don't know, that's how it felt. And of course, Angel will always throw back at you with your most insecure thing. Like,
Oh
she
yes,
always
she does. She does. But Angel
throws it.
is beautiful, guys. She's
Of
just
course,
beautiful. She is
gorgeous,
beautiful. Like I
gorgeous.
mean, yeah, and while talking about beauty, I know we're gonna get to this.
Yeah.
There's someone who does not realize in the show that they are beautiful, and I want them to know that they are beautiful, and that is Maria. Maria
Yeah.
is a very beautiful woman, and what Angel said about popping lips and all of that, it triggered her. I'm like, I wish she could. There's a deeper issue with Maria, honestly. There is a
Absolutely.
deeper issue with Maria. I think it might be rejection from a tender age. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud
Yeah.
because Maria is such an amazing person and she is beautiful.
She's
But
stunning.
right, but she seems to like being people's acceptance. You know,
Yeah.
last year she wanted you know, Sorisha's acceptance. Now she doesn't like Sorisha. Now she's back with Nonku and Jojo. She seems like she's trying to win their acceptance. I'm like, Maria, you don't owe anyone. You are a powerful being in your own, honestly.
Maria, even if I look at her and this, but just straight face value, not even not how she is or who she is or her personality, just her physical features. Even if I took away the lips and I took away the boobs and I took away whatever else, like she's still beautiful, like physically. So for me, I'm like, could it be a case of body dysmorphia? Because how don't you see how stunning you are? Like, girl, like your abs are on, oh, they are tight. Like this season she's looking a bit thicker. I don't know if it's the workout, like the booty is sitting, the thighs are tight, the calves. She
She's a
looks
full package. She's a full package.
fantastic. But aside from all the enhancements, I still think she's gorgeous. I mean, you can really tell she's not done too much, right?
Mm-mm.
For me, I think she is beautiful. As in, gosh, I don't know. I don't know. For me, like I said, I feel like maybe it's body dysmorphia where you just don't think that you look good and you have to do things to look good and get
Yeah.
the people around you. And if someone says that something that's really like about your physical anatomy, you fall
You
apart.
snap.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that even the fact that everybody now knows your triggers, everybody knows where to hit below the belt and get you
That's so
right.
true. That's so true.
It's unfortunate now. I mean, look at what happened, you know.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And let us talk about that scene when they were fishing. And that please, you know what? This episode left me speechless. And thank God I had to review with someone because if I was alone, I would have not known what to say. Because I don't like clownery, as I said. So what do you think of that whole situation when they were fishing? Angel came in, and then, yeah. And another thing I must say this. I know
Mhm.
the show is for a majority of South Africans are Zulu people, and I'm Zulu myself. But they speak a lot of Zulu, and I'm always concerned about other cast members who are non-Zulus. That what do they do in that moment? I don't know. Please take it away. Just analyze it. Take your time.
So I'm just trying to go back to the scene in my head. And okay, for us as the audience, we are lucky in as much as we don't speak Zulu, we can see the subtitles on the screen. I tend to believe people like Maria and Jojo, who've been in South Africa for years, can catch a few words here and there. I mean, I don't think it's lost on them completely.
No, I
But
don't think so too. I don't.
but what also stood out to me was the fact that Angel is hell-bent on having a certain narrative and not owning her truth, because she did, that analogy was shady. That analogy was shady. She needs to own it and say, because what kind of analogy is that? And then now you throw it back and say, no, and Nonku said it's witchcraft. I don't know. It was exhausting
And
to watch.
Nonku owned it. And Nonku owned it. That, I did say it. But I
Yes.
want Nonku to own things in the future without reservations and be like, I owned it, and not try to put other people along and be like, but you guys laughed. We all laughed at it. I wanted to be able to own and be like, no, I said it and I'm sorry. It was insensitive of me, and not try to fall down with other people. Yeah.
In it. But I mean, it was almost a gang up, obviously, on Angel, which doesn't sit well with anyone if you're watching that, or if you're Angel. It was a gang up. It wasn't fair. Angel walked into that, and she should have also just owned her truth. And it was just messy. It was just messy. It was unnecessary, but it was entertaining. That's all I'll say.
Definitely entertaining. And lastly, let us speak about the dinner. Oh my God.
Wait,
Yes.
wait, wait. I want us to go back to the scene where Maria and Nonku met and had their
Oh, the heart to heart. Oh my God, how could I forget that? Please
yes.
take it away. And that shade at the end by Maria. Oh my God, to Lee. Please take it away. But I
Yes.
agree. Okay, before you take it away, I agree with them on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel as if sometimes Sorisha is like the master and she controls everything. That part
Yes.
I agree with them. But other aspects, they are subject to debate. But what do you think?
For me, I would have wanted to see Nonku also apologize, because in that scene, it was Sorisha, I mean, it was Maria owning everything she said, owning, like the fact that she's the reason she played a part in the breakdown of their friendship. But we didn't see Nonku reciprocate, and I like that Maria said, I don't want an apology. I'm just here to say my part.
Mm.
And it felt bad because Nonku was just looking at her crying. Okay, fine, it was emotional-ish, but when someone is in tears like that, you should be moved enough to be like, babe, I'm also sorry for my
It
part
felt like
in.
Nonku is a victim.
Nonku always is the victim in the story. And she was literally eating up that apology without offering up back one. And
Yeah.
an apology by Nonku. The only sort of apology we got from Nonku was like in the confessionals where she kind of said, like, I know I also said some hurtful things and blah, blah, blah. And then we go to them when Jojo joins them. And of course, they start talking about the collective and Sorisha and how Sorisha is the puppet master. And by the way, incidentally, there are some people in my comments on some of my reels who've been saying that Sorisha is a real villain of the show. It's been coming up a lot. So, I mean, honestly, I'm starting to see a pattern here with Sorisha. And I think she's really, really like, I'm going to make sure a lot is going on around me, except for what's happening in my real life, like with my kids, my husband. Like, I'm going to create everything around me with the ladies, dramatic. Who knows? I don't know if there's issues going on in her mind, in her real life and her marriage. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know at this point because she's just doing so much more on this other side that we don't really know. And then
Yeah. Can I say, something a bit? Can I say something? I think we often forget, and I myself I had forgotten, that we've got two actresses on the show. So Risha Naidu is a seasoned South African actress.
Is she?
Yes, it's just that I forgot. But so Risha was acting back in the day on Scandal. I was still in primary school, and she was a good actress. And I mean, Zamangobo has been an actress also in all her life. She's my home girl. So these people, in their mind, when they sort of separate themselves from the show and be like, I'm putting on a character. That's what Sorisha is doing. Sorisha is putting on a character. I don't think, yes, she may be like that, but I'm telling you, Sorisha and Zama, they are playing characters.
You think so? I mean, it's not far-fetched then in the actors. We've seen the likes of Kenya Moore do this, Mine or Nairobi do this, and accused of doing it. So that's an interesting perspective. I never knew that Sorisha was an actress, and Zama, I just know she was in radio or something. But yeah, the shade that Maria threw at Slee and the friendship between Slee and Sorisha, and saying, she's good for a bag, a free bag, and I was like,
No, that was
whoa.
good shade. That was a good read, though. That was a good read. That was good shade.
It was so and just Slee dragging there like,
And then one thing about Maria, when she shades you, she will not even laugh and smile. She just throws shade and she goes by. But that was good shade, though. Shade is shade. Whether Lee receives a free bag or not, it's up to her. But the shade was thrown, you know.
Yes. Yeah, I guess now I guess you can lead us up to the last scene, I guess.
Yes, the dinner situation. I'm gonna allow you to just unpack your thoughts around the dinner. I was personally impressed with Lee, how she was so calm throughout the whole situation, and she was calm and beautiful. I love the makeup, I love the hair, all of that it was giving. While Nonko's wig was almost falling. I don't know who is the hairstylist, but dear hairstylist, you did injustice. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But Nonku seems okay. I need to say that Nonku seems to struggle when she's going on trips. Have you noticed Nonku struggles whenever she's going on trips? Because I think she does not have her own glam. Oh, pardon me. Some people are calling me child. Yeah, y'all are calling me on the wrong time. This is the wrong time. So no, Nonku. Remember last year in Drakensberg, she even wanted Maria to help her with the makeup, and again. Now the hair is just like this and all of that, but I'm not there. But please unpack and tell me what do you think of that scene, the dinner.
Yeah, I think Slee took the whole day away from these ladies just to simmer down, put together her thoughts, and come and just say her piece because she was really, 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 really upset. I mean, Amy could even feel the tension. She could feel it was palpable, and everyone could feel it. I mean, they were ready for whatever was coming. And when Slee decided to address the room, even Nonku gave her props and told her, I'm impressed. Coming from where they've come from last season and Lee losing her shit, this was very commendable in my eyes. I think everyone around there was like, wow. And she read her, the way she read her about
she did.
God's daughter and what I was like, the read of the century, and she was not missing a bit. They were just coming and coming, and I was like, Lee, girl, where have you been?
No, one thing about those ladies, they will throw. One thing about Durban, they've improved. Their shade is unmatched, honestly. This season, everyone is bringing their A game. No, the level of shade is just amazing. And one thing I liked is Emmy. One thing I'm impressed with Emmy. Emmy, if she's watching this, I wanna say this. Emmy did not. I don't like people who are trying to fight to get a moment. Amy realized that, you know what, I came late in this trip. There is tension. I'm just going to bring it and not try to force myself into the tension. She was just silent in the table. I don't like someone who was not there. They're trying to find a moment. It's like, da, 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 da. I was like,
Yeah. She just, but she did address that. She was like, what is up with the tension? So it's good when an outsider, someone from who's not been along with the girls, can also sense it and address it and kind of set the pace and allow them to address it. And yeah, I mean, one thing I also find weird is how Nonku, when you want to know she's been caught up and caught in a lie, she talks super, super fast. And then she stumbles over her words, and then she just talks in circles. And she was their point, sis, because what are you saying? What are you saying? And yeah, so Nonku needs to be able to just articulate herself better and own, like you said, own her stuff,
But I mean, this is season 4. We're not gonna get that until and it's a working formula for Nonku. Nonku, that just seems to work for her. And Nonku is good TV. Let's not deny that. She's a hot mess. And she's very intentional. Nonku is not dumb. People don't know, guys. Nonku is one intelligent woman. She can articulate herself. It's just that, as you said, it's either she's caught on lies or she's just making a moment. Nonku is very intentional. I have heard about that she's very smart, just that she will, oh my God, try to drag also other people in with her. And while talking about that, let's address now the final thing, the fight that happened now between Maria and Angel. What do you think about that?
I mean, I did not expect it to become that. I didn't know Maria had it in her to be so like if you knock a buck, like, oh my God.
I didn't know.
Literally pushing people out of the way and trying to get to Angel. And my head, I'm like, oh my goodness, is she really gonna do something? Everyone was shocked, from Amy to Zama to and Jojo was having her back. Like Jojo was like, come try.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God,
But I
Jojo.
feel like I feel like here it's two things that are happening. First of all, Maria must stop being triggered by these girls, because even next season someone is gonna come for her lips while she's,
And
you know
then
what?
someone on Twitter is gonna come for your lips. Someone on Instagram is gonna. Everybody knows your trigger, girl. You need to kind of rise above it. Like go for therapy,
Yes.
work on it, because now it's just an open wound at this point. My God.
Yeah, definitely. And then with Angel, I'm disappointed at Angel. I will say this. Angel, yes, she's misunderstood, but Angel is always caught up in something. I don't know whether at some point you would say, oh, she's being misunderstood. But now we're on episode 7. She's always caught up in something. There's always drama surrounding him. Like, You are also
Mm.
attracting drama right now. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, though? I don't know.
Angel has already carved her niche in terms of the group, and she's already been presented as a liar. I don't think she's gonna shake that off anytime soon.
And she's boxed
Like,
now. She's just boxed.
she's boxed in with that whole "you are a liar" narrative. And it came out again this episode because she had taken a break. Maria, even at some point, this episode was commending her and saying, I have a newfound respect. And Slee is like on the side there at the bonfire getting pissed at, I don't know, that's when they started the whole thing. But I mean, Angel needs to chill
Yeah,
because
she needs to chill and take it easy. I think it feels like Angel was caught by surprise that she was on a reality show. I think she woke up later and she was like, oh my God, I'm actually on a reality show. It's like she was just.
Turn to Maria, like, did you see her reaction there sitting next to Slee? But Slee is like, you are reacting a bit too hard. Huh? What is up with that? Why are you? So Slee it's not lost on Slee. Slee is quite smart, and I like the fact that she's discerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder if their friendship after Slee has watched this episode, if they're gonna, because they are friends right now, but I'm not sure after Slee has watched today's episode. I think Slee will feel some type of way about this. And there was I'm sorry, Slee, but there's something that you posted. I was like, what did you see what Slee posted on her
Yeah,
some
I'm out.
I'm like,
what is that?
Why? Oh my God! Why now the balloons?
What happened?
I don't know why the balloons. It's a universe telling us something.
Or is it because
Maybe it's with the peace sign. I don't know. Okay. Basically, what I'm saying though is there's a very what you call something that Sleep posted was very cryptic, which led me to think, is she leaving the show? She said, I'm out.
I'm
I don't
out.
know what it means. Yes.
And I actually sent eyes emoji. I replied with eyes emoji because I'm like,
Me too. I sent the eyes emoji, but the response, I respect the conversation we had, but I was like, ciao.
sure, you had a conversation. You are gonna tell me.
All I can say is we did have a conversation with her, and and I got clarity. But at the same time, I'm like, peace out. I don't know. You know what? Let's not go. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have more episodes to do and review. But is there anything else that we left out that you think you want to say?
No, I just want to say that this episode had a lot of shady comments, like a lot of shadiness, a lot of shade.
Yes.
Maria from Zama, those are the shade queens, mostly Maria. Oh,
Yes.
and of course, from Slee read Nonkutu Hill.
No, Slee read.
She did, and they let her, and they were quiet. The room was quiet as she had her monologue, and I was like, wow. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we've left out. I'm looking forward definitely to next episode when Sorisha joins them and does her puppeteering.
She's back. The master is back. The class will be in session. But I want to say thank you so much, Pam, and thank you guys for watching to the end. We are just sharing our opinions, honestly. There's nothing much into it. An opinion is always subjective, Exactly. What you view differently is we look at things differently. Hence, I'm so glad that I've got Pam here, because on my own, I would fail. And yeah, that's all I can say. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to Reality TV Africa. I'm gonna put on also I'm gonna also tag them on the description box so that you follow her. And yeah, thank you. Any words of departure?
Any words of departure? No, I'm just happy we're making this a thing. And yes, these are just our humble opinions. Castmates, don't come for us. We love you guys. We love you to death. You're all beautiful, amazing, powerful women. And fans of the show and people who follow us, please comment below. Give us your thoughts, because everyone has Everybody has an opinion, and these are just ours. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and also share it to others. And we say salute.
Bye.